Well, we're still here at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, and I managed to catch up with my old friend Michael Carroll, who is the European correspondent for Telecoms Europe. Mike, what's hot this week?
Undoubtedly Sony phones, specifically wristwatches with the phones. This is obviously the first time that they've branded the phones themselves, part of the whole 4-screen. They've got some lovely new Xperia handsets, but they've also finally got some wearable technology that works. Bluetooth, it accesses the basic functions on your phone, calendar applications, Facebook and so on. You can set up your music and work it all from this. We're not quite at the level of calling up a black Trans Am just yet, but it's nice to see that after a decade or more of talking about wearable technology, there's something out there that's actually practical, and they're launching next month. So it's something that's actually in motion, and here it comes.
Well, that's been pretty cool. There has been a lot of technology here on show, particularly handsets and tablets. But what about big overriding themes for the industry? Did you pick up anything in the last day or so that is standing out?
Yes, absolutely. We've had some very interesting talks on mobile money. Obviously, most people are still regarding that as an emerging markets or developing markets play, but we've had some very interesting numbers on, the potential for mobile payment services. Telenor are doing very well in Pakistan with their service, and they're transacting billions of dollars. We've also picked up a little bit on revenue assurance and fraud prevention in machine-to-machine. There's been some statistics out recently that state that people obviously want machine-to-machine capabilities, but it's always that old chestnut of worrying about security. And a lot of the issues are you're sort of relying on some legacy technology that's long since been compromised. So we've seen companies like We Do Technology addressing that, adapting their own revenue and fraud assurance products to cover that.
So what else is hot?
I think all eyes were on Nokia this week because they've been announcing the latest in the high-end Lumia smartphones, but also what went a little unnoticed, some of the analysts I've spoken to were disappointed that they didn't speak more about the mass market Lumia phones that are coming out, which, let's face it, is really going to be key for Nokia in maintaining its market share, and it's where it's always been good. The company also hasn't spoken a great deal about the Asha series that they launched late last year, which has flown off the shelves in developing markets. And as a result, as soon as their press conference was finished, I'm told this week their share price took a drop after their press conference at this event this week, because they didn't address that low mid-tier $150 smartphone, and they focused far too much on their new Lumia 900, the real high end. And I think they may have missed the. But
it's a pretty schmick phone. I had a good look at it. It's a great phone.
Yeah, absolutely. And if they want to give me one, I certainly wouldn't complain. But
and what do you think about Google Schmidt telling us that within a certain number of years, everyone will have a $50 Android phone in their pocket worldwide?
Yeah, I can believe that. I believe they have to get it into that price point as well in order to start to really ramp up the competition against Nokia. Because let's face it, although we may criticise Nokia and say that Apple and Google have caught up, Nokia is still the biggest handset vendor in the world by a long shot. We perhaps focus too much sometimes on the smartphone side of the whole handset market, forgetting that it's still a fraction of the overall market for mobile phones. So yeah, no, I think Google has to get that price point down, but they have to get the silicon vendors on board and keep everyone happy at this point. And that's going to be increasingly difficult, I think, with the number of vendors. At some point, the vendors are maybe going to want a little bit more exclusivity from Google than they're getting. But good luck to them.
And in 3 words or less, what did you think about this year's show?
Hot, busy. Yeah, hot and busy. There we are.
2 out of 3 is not bad. Thanks, Mike. Thank you.
Thank you.